Okay, so starting with
Sir, if you don't mind,
uh-huh.
can I take just 1 minute? I'll just take my lap and come.
Okay.
So what are we doing with animation with audio? Means
Audio,
adding
audio. We'll use an
adding
audio.
audio to the animation.
No, no, not just adding an audio. We'll use an
Okay.
audio as a reference, and based on that audio,
We have to animate.
all right.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Because we did with
Sir,
the car path and everything, no?
That was an animate, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Animated.
this is After
Yeah.
Effects. Don't get confused. This is After Effects.
Oh. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. 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 Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
sir, you can start, sir. I'm
uh-huh.
ready.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Right. Right. Okay. So first, starting with what we're going to do is we'll create a new composition. We already have a new project here. Let's go for a new composition. With this new composition, you can choose your preferred size. As usual, I'm taking this HD TV 720. Okay, that is 1280 by 720 square pixels. Rest have all the settings. I'm keeping it as it is. And for the duration, I'll make it maybe 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. Now click OK. So we have this composition here. This is our composition. Then on this, I'm going to create a new solid layer. Okay, so it's a new solid layer. So click on solid. Color doesn't matter, you can choose any solid. So the solids will be coming automatically with the dimension of the composition, right? So we are creating a solid with the exact size of the composition. Okay, so color doesn't matter, click OK. So we have the
So where were the solid settings?
uh,
In
it's
composition
in
itself.
layer new solid.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we have this solid. Okay, and onto this solid, so we can see it's like a new layer, right? It's a new layer. It comes as a new layer. We have this new layer here, and then with the effects panel, okay, I'll maximize it. Use the slash key, okay, slash button, so we can see the maximized window, right? So this is the effects and presets panel. From that effects and presets panel, I'll search for audio. When you search for audio, there you can see generate audio spectrum. Generate audio spectrum. Okay, we're going to use the audio spectrum thing. Okay, we want that audio spectrum thing. So we're going to use that audio spectrum. Oh, I think I lost that. Fix presets. I'm dropping this audio spectrum to the solid. Okay, to the solid, we are dropping it. So once you drop it, look at that. The screen is now blank. Actually, that audio spectrum has replaced the solid into a audio spectrum layer. Okay, you can see the audio spectrum here. And in order to attach an audio, what we need to do is we need to import an audio first. Okay, so let's go to the project window. Okay, so we have the project window here. Click on the project window. Right now it shows the solid thing. Let's double click, and I have an audio file here. It's a WAV file. Okay, you can choose any WAV file in your computer. Okay, I'm using this WAV file. Then click on import. Okay, so we got it here. So that is a wave file. Okay. Now this wave file, let's drop it here to the composition. So now two layers are there. The top one, okay, I'll rename it as audio spectrum. So that is audio spectrum, and then the other one is the audio file. Okay. So audio spectrum and audio, this one. Okay. So two layers are there. Now just make one click on the audio spectrum layer. That's a solid layer, which is now an audio spectrum layer. Okay. So I made a click on the audio spectrum layer. Now go to the effect controls, and there you can see the audio spectrum settings. Okay. So make sure you click on the audio spectrum and then go to the effect controls and then audio spectrum. See this. In this audio spectrum, we can see audio layer. That is the audio layer that we need to use. Okay. Audio layer right now, it is set to be audio spectrum layer, not that. We have the file name. That's the audio file. Click on that. Right. Okay. Now what happens is, see, the source is the same thing. So I selected the audio layer here. This is the audio layer, right? Chilling music.wave. I selected that chilling music.wave here in the audio layer. Okay. Now let's play and check what happens. Okay. I can see that according to the music, it is adjusting. The waves are moving. Okay. And now here we have some settings to manipulate this. Look at this. We can see the start point and end point is there. These 2 points are like, you can see for all these, the stopwatch is there. That means with these properties can be animated. Hello?
So is it something like NCS, the YouTube channel, like it has that round thing. So when the sound comes, it changes.
Around
It's like the YouTube channel is NCS, like no copyright sounds.
copyright sounds.
So,
Look at the screen. Based on the audio, it's playing. You have tried this?
yes, sir, yes, sir. I think so. The same one.
Okay. Then something like logos or something we placed.
Logo. I don't think. Yeah, sir. It's there, but it's not there in this. It's like a circle, and when
Uh-huh.
the sound comes, it changes. When the music comes, like how this waves are coming, same way that the circle also will move.
Okay, okay. Okay, so we did this, right?
No,
Yeah,
no,
this.
sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Huh?
No, no, sir. We haven't done it. It's just like same thing in the YouTube video.
Okay, you have seen it, right?
Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
have seen the animation like that. We haven't tried
Ah,
it yet.
okay, okay. Okay, right.
So,
In many of the audios, some people will upload audio files, right? Audio music
Yeah.
without
Same
video,
thing.
right?
Same
That
thing.
time they use these animations throughout the
Yeah,
audio.
we have seen the similar kind of videos,
Ah,
but
right, right.
we haven't made it yet.
Oh, yeah, right. Yes, yes. Okay, okay. This is the way. Okay.
so I have done like this, sir.
Uh, you've done this much, right? Uh-uh. Right. Okay. Yes. Now, now I can see the settings here, right? In the settings, you can see there is the start point and end point for this audio spectrum. Okay. This point is a start point. This is a start point. And then comes a end point here. Start and end points are there, right? These two are the start and end points. And then uh, we can see the start frequency and end frequency. Okay, end frequency is there, start frequency is there. Below that, maximum height. Okay, I'll increase that maximum height. See this. Okay, so the impulse will be more. Okay, now the impulse is more. So if you play now, okay, like that it comes. Okay, so we have this thing. Then the thickness can be controlled. That's up to you. You can decide if you want more thickness. And the two colors, the inside color and the outside one. Okay, you can control it. Inside and outside colors you can control. Right, see. Okay, so that's with the thickness. And then hue interpolation is there. I'm going to animate this hue interpolation stuff. Okay, so for the hue interpolation, I'm going to turn on the stopwatch, and then move the slider, the current time indicator, and then adjust the hue value. Hue represents the visible color. So if you adjust the hue, look at this. You can see a color spectrum is formed. Okay, we have turned on the stopwatch, so this will be animated. Okay, so you can try 0 into, look at this. So we got a new color spectrum. Okay, which can be animated. Okay, so it's an animated color spectrum. Okay, right. Okay, and then another thing, display options is here. In this display options, you can choose either digital. Right now it's a digital one, or you can go for analog, or you can go for the dots, analog dots. Okay, so these are all different styles. Right, like that it goes. Okay, right. I'll keep it as digital. And then in the side options, you can see the side options, side A and B, up and down, side A, side B. Okay, I can change this to side A. Look at this. That goes to one side only. Okay, same like this. Side B is there, so I can choose either side A or B. Okay, I'll make it side A. Okay, now this is side A. Okay, and then let's move back to the effects and presets. In this effects and presets, I'm going to search for polar. Polar. Okay, type polar, and then you can see the polar coordinates. It's a polar coordinates. Polar coordinates is there. Okay, then I'll drop this polar coordinates to this one. Drop it here, and I'll collapse this. Go back to the effect controls window. They can see the audio spectrum. I'll collapse this. Then the second option is visible here. That's a polar coordinates. Okay, so that's a polar coordinates and interpolation. Here we had the option polar to rectangle, rectangle to polar. See this. This is polar to rectangle. I'll make it rectangle to polar. See this. Rectangle to polar. It's 19%. I'll make it more. Okay, see how it is coming. Okay, let's make some changes. Okay, so in the audio spectrum, I'll increase the start point and end point values. Start point, end point. Okay, wait, it's not looking good. Let's do one thing. I'll make it 100%. 100%. Look at this. Right. So we got it like this. So in the polar coordinate interpolation, I made it 100%. And in the audio spectrum, I adjusted the start point and end point so that the start point is here. That's a full length. End point is here. Okay. And we got it as a perfect circle by adjusting the start point values and the end point values. The X comma Y values are adjusted. Okay. Let's say we wanted to be to the opposite side. So let's change this side options from side A to side B. Look at this. Now it's going outside. Okay, so it is moving outside. Okay, let's change the quality. See. Okay, so we have the audio spectrum ready. And if you press select the audio spectrum layer and press Control D, you can make a duplicate. Okay. And in this duplicate, what I'm going to do is I'll change this digital to analog dots. Okay. I made it to analog dots and then I change this to side A. Look at this. Okay. So that's a duplicate one. Then what happened is this content is change to analog dots. So we get another extra effects are coming, right? So we have this extra effect of noise. It's a noise effect. Okay, we can see the noise effect. If you want, you can change the height value and that will increase the stuff. Thickness you can adjust. Okay, see this thickness, right? Softness you can make it like a feathered one. Okay, so all the stuff you can make. So okay, now we'll put a logo or some title here. So for that, go to project window. I'll import a logo. Which, okay, I'll drop some logo here. Okay, I'll take this add logo. Drop it here. S for scale. Press S in this keyboard and you'll get the scale option. Make it smaller. Okay, and now we don't want this white anymore. This white color. Okay, so what to do? Click on the logo here. Select the logo in the timeline. Okay, make sure this is selected and then take this ellipse tool. So we're going to create a mask. Okay, you remember when you select an element and draw, we get a mask. Actually, say this. I'm drawing here and use the space bar for adjusting. While we are drawing, use the space bar. Hold the space bar, then you can adjust it. See this. Right. So without using Photoshop or other editing software, we can hide portion of a picture like this. Right. So it is done. Okay. So we have a logo here. I'll take a duplicate of this, Control D. Duplicate. I want it to be black and white. I'm using black and white. Okay, so the top one is black and white. And on this, I'm going to use a linear wipe, L-I-N-E, type L-I-N-E-A, linear transition, linear wipe. Okay, we have this transition. See this. Okay, So we can use the stopwatch for animating this. Transition stopwatch angle. I'm changing to 0 degrees. So from top to bottom, we can do this. Okay, turn on the stopwatch and then maybe by 5 seconds, I want it to be colored, and we'll give some feather also. So it'll be softer. Okay. So here in this exercise, we use the audio spectrum on a solid. Then we use the polar coordinates. That's for making a rounded structure. And then we have this black and white feature with a linear wipe. Okay. So that was an animated title animation or title or logo, whatever it is. You can create animated content like this using audio.